Hey guys, what's going on? It's your boy, the Mad Kiger. And up here today, what I thought we would do is take a look at my digital Xbox One game library again. And also, we're going to go over the Game Pass as well, for those wondering what's on the Game Pass. It has a good selection of games for Game Pass. I recommend getting Game Pass Ultimate, which you not only get the Xbox Game Pass, but you get the PC version of the Game Pass, and you also get your Xbox Live as well, Gold, per month as well. And it works out cheaper than buying them separately. So it's a pretty good deal. Like I said, not everything here I own. Some of these games, as you can see, if they've got Gold or Game Pass next to them, pretty obvious what they are. You know, games get given away free every month, or Game Pass games. Other games are games that I've either brought myself, or perhaps I'm doing game share with my friend. Basically, that means any game that he gets digital, I automatically get, and vice versa. It's a really good feature. I think a lot of consoles these days and PCs and streaming services and all this stuff do a sort of game share service. So look them up. Game share is you can only do one person. But let's start with Back to the Future, the game. And just because I have a game digital on Xbox doesn't mean I'm not going to get a physical version for the PlayStation 4, as always. Um, Back to the Future, the game. I have played a tiny bit of this. It's like a Telltale's game. I'm not really fond of those sort of games, but they're okay. We're in the right mood. And we have Bastion. I got this when it was on sale. I've heard it's a really good indie game, like a Zelda kind of style game. Batman, the Telltale series, I think this was through Game Share. My friend got this one. You can get the first episode for free, but the rest of them you have to buy individually. Or if you have the season pass disc, you get them all anyway, which I do have on the PlayStation 4. I played a little bit of Chapter 1. Why has this come up is a BHR2. It's actually Resident Evil Revelations 2. I played a little bit of this back on the Xbox 360 with my friend, but I've never been on it since. Has some okay co-op modes. Brawlhalla, a free-to-play sort of Smash Bros. Style game. It's actually pretty fun. It's had a lot of new content and stuff added. It's a free-to-play game, so you can get this for free. It's a pretty fun game. Definitely great if you've got some friends to play with. Call of Cthulhu, it was free a couple months ago on the Xbox. It's a horror story-driven game. I've heard it's pretty good. Castle Crashers Remastered, in my opinion, one of the best Xbox Live Arcade games on the Xbox 360, and the remaster just hit it out the park. It just added a bunch of new stuff into the game, and it is one of the best four-player co-op games you'll ever play. It's absolutely fantastic. Even if you're playing it single player, it's still a really good game. Lots of unlockable characters and Easter eggs and things to find. Castlevania, Lords of Shadow 2. I believe this was also a free game as well. Yes, the Xbox 360 games work on Xbox One and some Xbox Classic games. Look up the list of games. More digital of them work than the physical disc, but you know, yeah, Lords of Shadow 2. I believe I had the first one as well. Castlevania, Symphony of the Night remastered. These are just the games that I've got installed, not necessarily games that I played, but games that I might play. Clash of the Monsters, I got this dirt cheap. It's just a horror-themed fighting game. Coffee Talk, this game is free right now on Games with Gold. It's a sort of simulation indie story game. A lot of people are a bit pissed off with this month's games with Gold, but hey, they're free, so why are you complaining? Crypt of the Serpent King, a very low budget dungeon crawler. It's pretty bad. DayZ, part of the Game Pass. Now, very hardcore game, very hard to get into this game. Unless you know what you're doing, you're going to have a tough time with it, but it is a great game. It's a classic. Degrees of Separation, this is a sort of puzzle platformer co-op game. It's really interesting. One person plays as the cold character, one person plays as the heat character, and you have to sort of use that heat and cold to you know, work your way through the levels. It's a really interesting puzzle platformer. But I'm going to be honest with you, puzzle platformers really aren't my thing, but it's an interesting game. Descenders, it's sort of like a downhill domination style game, or like a trials game. It's actually a pretty fun game. It's one of them hard to master games, but it's a really fun game. Destroy All Humans, the original Xbox classic. Of course, the remaster coming out soon. Looking forward to that one. Absolutely love this game on the PlayStation 2. Disneyland Adventures, I installed this one because obviously Disney. This is like you remember that old game on the GameCube, that Universal Studios game? This is basically like that, but but obviously much better. You get to explore Disneyland and stuff like that, and play some mini games. Doom Eternal, I haven't finished this yet. I've got like maybe 2 or 3 missions left. I will go back and finish it. Absolutely fantastic game. Really good game. I'd recommend getting it when it's a bit cheaper now, but still a great game. Dying Light, and of course I have all of the DLC for that as well. Played through that with my friend. We haven't finished the following DLC, but great game. Absolutely amazing content from the creators. Even today, still new stuff coming out for it. Absolutely amazing game. A bit frustrating at times. Earth Defense Force, Insect Armageddon. I love the Earth Defense Force games. I just over the top third person action shooters. Lots of unlockables and things. Enter the Gungeon, absolutely fell in love with this game. This game's like Binding of Isaac, if you've ever played that, but it's absolutely amazing. Fable Heroes, I've never played this game. It's a third person hack and slash set in the Fable universe, a co-op version. Fallout New Vegas, another classic if there ever was one. Really, really amazing game for its time. Far Cry 2, again, another old school classic there. Farm Together, my partner brought that game. It's just a farming game. Final Fantasy 15 and Final Fantasy 15 Comrades, which is the multiplayer expansion. I haven't played either one of these. I might try and get my friend to install the Comrades DLC and we might try that out. The Gardens Between, a puzzle platformer, uses like time mechanic. Gears of War 3, my all-time favourite Gears of War game. Of course, Grand Theft Auto 5, I haven't played it for a long time, but you never know. If anyone's up for playing any of these games, let me know in the comments below. Halo 5 Guardians, absolutely loved Halo 5 online back in the day. Still is going strong though. Halo Wars 2, I of course did a full playthrough of all of the Halo games not too long ago. Halo Wars 2 is a great game. I wouldn't say it's as good as the first one though. Halo the Master Chief Collection, a must-have for any Xbox fan. Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice. I started this game, really atmospheric game. Hyper Universe Drifter, it's a 3-to-play game, haven't played it yet. Immortal Redneck, this is basically like a Serious Sam meets like a dungeon crawler roguelike game. Absolutely love this game, really fun game. Great game just to throw on if you want to play for a couple of hours or something. Insane Robots, I'm not too sure what this is. I think it's a puzzle game. Inside, part of the Limbo series. It's basically like Limbo, if you remember that game. Killing Floor 2, really fun game. Absolutely love playing this. Knights of Pen and Paper +1 and Knights of Pen and Paper 2. This is basically like an RPG using like the old Dungeons and Dragons on paper. It's really an interesting concept. I haven't played it yet, but I've heard it's pretty cool. Corgan, this game was free to play. I have no clue what it is. LA Cops, this is basically like Hotline Miami, something like that. Pretty tough game, but fun. Lara Croft and the Temple of Osiris, pretty fun co-op game, not like the other Lara Croft games. Left 4 Dead 2, one of my all-time favourite games. Absolutely love this game to pieces. Lego Pirates of the Caribbean, Lego Indiana Jones 2, and Lego Star Wars 3, The Clone Wars. A lot of Lego games were given away free with gold. And yeah, that's how I got most of these ones. Of course, Lego games are classics. Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2, I got both of these on sale. I love the Ultimate Alliance series. Second one I think is a bit better in gameplay wise, but it didn't have as good level design. Of course, pre-ordered my copy of Marvel Avengers, had to. Mercenaries, Playground of Destruction. I played a little bit of this on PS2, pretty fun game. Metal Gear Rising Revengeance, absolutely amazing hack and slash game. Very challenging at times, but it's a really fun game. Of course, Minecraft. Everyone has Minecraft these days. The Outer Worlds. I've heard this game is very similar to like Fallout New Vegas. That's why I installed it. Haven't played it yet, but definitely will be checking it out at some point. Overlord 2. Love the original game. It's basically Pikmin meets Warcraft or something. Overwatch, of course, I'll be playing this tonight on stream, so feel free to check me out tonight. Pac-Man 256, it's based on the old Pac-Man 256 glitch. Basically, it's an endless runner where you're basically trying to run away from the glitch. It's a fun little game, actually, if you've got some like 20 minutes to pass or something. Pac-Man 2 Championship Edition. This game was given away free couple months ago. Paladins, basically free to play Overwatch, but I actually like Paladins. I wouldn't say I play it a lot anymore, but I did play a bit of it. Payday 2, used to play a lot of this on with my partner and my mate. I haven't played it since. Portal Still Alive, an expansion to the original Portal. Project Cars 2, I actually prefer the first game to the second game. Mind you, I haven't really played much of the second game. Red Dead Redemption 2, what can I say about that game? Absolutely love playing Red Dead Redemption 2. Amazing game, so much to do in it. Resident Evil 1 remake and the Resident Evil 2 remake. I played a little bit of the second game. Haven't played the first one yet. I don't know. Once I've seen a playthrough of them, I really don't want to play them myself. Resident Evil Resistance. This is basically the standalone co-op mode that you got with Resident Evil 3. It's very buggy, but I haven't played it since, so maybe they fixed the bugs. Roblox, of course, I used to love playing this as a kid. Ruby Glimmer Clips, pretty fun hack and slash game. I wouldn't say it's amazing or anything, but I do need to finish this one off with my friend. Saban's Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Mega Battle. This is basically like a Castle Crashers with Power Rangers. Saints Row the Third Remastered, beat it. Haven't done everything in it, so that's why I kept it on there. Shadow Warrior 2, I do need to go back and beat this game. Maybe I'll do that sometime. Shantae and the Pirate's Curse and Shantae Half Genie Hero. Really good 2D platformers. Really, really good games, actually. Check them out. Skyforce Anniversary, really good modern day, shoot 'em up. Skyrim, of course, had to have Skyrim. What can I say about that? Slay the Spire, kind of an interesting game that mixes card RPG combat with roguelike gameplay. It's an interesting one. Sonic Mania, the classic 16-bit comeback to the modern day. The original Star Wars Battlefront 1 and 2, all-time classics. And of course Jedi Knight, Jedi Academy. Republic Commando and the modern Star Wars Battlefront 2. Good selection of Star Wars games. Stardew Valley. Haven't played a lot of this on the Xbox, but maybe if anyone wants to play Stardew Valley on Xbox, hit me up. Stellaris Console Edition. Haven't played it yet. Ticket to Ride. Haven't played it yet. Some of these games I just install because they look pretty cool. Torchlight. This is like a Diablo clone, I think. Totally Accurate Battle Simulator. This game's still in preview stage, but it's a really fun and wacky game. Toy Soldiers, absolutely a fun little game. There's a lot of expansions for this game now. Trials of the Blood Dragon. This game's like Trials meets Blood Dragon, Far Cry, basically. It's an interesting one. V-Rally 4, I was very excited when they announced V-Rally 4. I love the ones on PlayStation 1, but I haven't played it since yet. The Walking Dead, the final season, and The Walking Dead, the collection, which I believe includes everything apart from the final season. Haven't played any of the Walking Dead games, so I've got them anyway. World War Z, pretty fun co-op game, like Left 4 Dead style game, but a bit more over the top. Worms, weapons of mass destruction. Got to have at least one Worms on here. Yet another Zombie Defense HD, just a basic twin stick shooter. Yoku's Island Express, it's a platformer, I think. And Zombie Army 4, another like third person action zombie game. Now let's look at the games that I don't have installed. Some of these games I did have installed, but because my hard drive stopped working, I couldn't really play it. Kill All Zombies, twin stick shooter. 3-on-3 freestyle, a free-to-play basketball game. The Last Blade 2, a classic Neo Geo fighting game. Adventure Pop, a free-to-play Mach 3 game, like a bubble pop game. Air Mech Arena, the Xbox 360 and Xbox One version. This is a game combined like real-time strategy with twin stick shooter. It is a free-to-play game. I don't know how many people are playing it though. APB Reloaded. I wanted to like this game, but unfortunately, when I played it, the lag was terrible. Apex Legends. I haven't played any Apex, but I have it on here because it was free. So, you never know. Maybe one day. Army of Two. Absolutely amazing co-op game. I prefer the second one though. Assassin's Creed Chronicles Russia. I do like these Chronicle games. I wouldn't say they're amazing, but they're pretty good 2.5D games. Assassin's Creed 3 and Assassin's Creed Rogue, Xbox 360 version. Both have been remastered, of course. Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag, the Xbox 360 version. Assault Heroes 2, really fun twin-stick shooter. Batman The Enemy Within, the sequel to the animated game. Battle Ages, a sort of mobile-like game. The same with Battle Islands and Battle Islands Commanders. BattleBlock Theatre, absolutely love this game. Fantastic co-op platformer game, very intense. Battle Station Pacific, a mix between real-time strategy and like planes and stuff. Bayonetta, I was still a bit pissed off they never released a second game on anything else. Beyond Blue, I have no idea what this game is. Beyond Good and Evil HD, Black Desert, sort of a RPG. Borderlands 3, I did play a bit of this with my friend, and then because of the lag, I couldn't get into it. We kept getting disconnected. Brave, the video game. Bully Scholarship Edition, one of the all-time classics. Call of Duty Black Ops 4, Call of Duty Ghost, the Xbox 360 version, and Call of Duty World War 2. Again, Capcom Arcade Cabinet, just has a bunch of classic Capcom games on there. The Sega Mega Drive Castle of Illusion remaster. Castles, Castlevania Harmony of Despair, Lords of Shadow 1 and Mirror of Fate HD. The Cave, Cell Damage HD. I absolutely love Cell Damage, although I found this game actually had more glitches than the original game. Child of Eden, a really interesting like Res style game. Clicker Heroes, Crackdown, classic game. Crazy Taxi, another classic. Crossout, a free-to-play game. Crysis 3, we are getting a Crysis remaster. The Cullen, I think this game is not working anymore. The second game was meant to come out and then it got, I don't know what happened to it. The Man of Medan, really fun co-op game, something a bit different. The original Dark Souls. The original Darksiders. Darwin Project, I think it's like a Fortnite style game. DC Universe Online, don't know why the picture's not working. Dead Effect 2, I think this was originally a mobile game. Dead Island Definitive Edition. Dead Island Retro Revenge. and Dead Island Riptide Definitive Edition. Dead Rising 4. I actually like this game, but I still prefer the originals. Deadfall Adventures, pretty terrible game. Defense Grid. Defiant 2050, another free-to-play game. Then we have Demon's Crystals, a sort of twin-stick shooter. Deus Ex Human Revolution, the Xbox 360 game. Dirt 3, Disney's Bolt. Epic Mickey, The Power of Two. I've heard this is a really good co-op game. Doodle God, Ultimate Edition. Used to play a lot of that on PC. Dead Rising 2 Case Zero. Dragon Age 2. Dungeon Defenders 2. Dungeon Siege 3. Earth Defense Force 2025. Another classic. Earthfall Invasion, basically a very bad version of Left 4 Dead with aliens. Eternal. Fable Fortunes. Fable 3, another classic. Fallout 3. Fallout Shelter, mobile game. Forza Horizon. Fortnite, of course. Far Cry Blood Dragon. Forza Horizon 2 presents Fast and Furious. Frozen Snowball Fight. Gears 5. Gears 1, 2, 3, 4, Judgment and Ultimate. Of course, all of the Gears of War games. Gems of War. Another puzzle game. I might not have enough time to do the Game Pass stuff, so I might do that in a separate video. I might just do that in a separate video. Gigantic. I think this is like a MOBA. Grid 2, another racing game. Guardian Heroes, originally on the Sega Saturn, I believe. Halo 3, again an all-time classic. Halo Spartan Assault, both versions. Happy Dungeons, free-to-play game. Same with Happy Wars. Haunted House, originally on the ColecoVision, I think. Hawken, a free-to-play mech game. Heavy Weapon, I think it's like a run-and-gun tank game. Hitman Blood Money, and the modern Hitman update. And Hitman 2, these games were all given away free, I think. Hydro Thunder, I absolutely loved this game as a kid. I Am Alive, I remember playing this game thinking it was going to be pretty cool, but it's not that great. The Incredible Adventures of Van Helsing 1, sorry, that's 2. I do have the other ones, but I don't know where they are. Iron Brigade, Joyride Turbo, Just Cause 2, 3 and 4. I do like the Just Cause series. I think the second one was my most played one. I haven't played the fourth one yet. Played a bit of the third one. Kane and Lynch 2, that notorious game for having that horrible camera shake. Killer Instinct, the remake that a lot of people never knew that they were never expected to get, an early game. This game was free to play and you had to buy the individual fighters, but they brought out like versions with fighters and stuff. The King's Tale Final Fantasy 15. This is basically like a standalone free to play like a hack and slash game. Lara Croft and the Guardian of Riggs, I think. Okay. The Legend of Korra, haven't played it. Lego Star Wars 2 and Lego Star Wars 3, the complete saga, so I've got all the Lego Star Wars games. Lives of Astaroth, a free-to-play card game. Lords of the Fallen, basically a very bad Dark Souls clone. Mace Space Shooter, a very basic space shooter. Magic 2013 and Magic Duels. I'm not really into Magic the Gathering, so I don't really know. Marlow Briggs and the Mask of Death. Marvel Heroes Omega. I don't even know if this game's still up and running. I played a bit of it on PC. Marvel Ultimate Alliance. The Guardians of the Galaxy Telltale's game. I've heard this is really funny. Mass Effect Andromeda. Might and Magic Clash of Heroes. Monkey Island 1 and 2 Special Edition. Of course, classic point and click games. MX vs ATV Reflex, a racing game. Neverwinter, this is basically like a World of Warcraft MMO with Dungeons and Dragons. Nights into Dreams. There was actually a lot of Sega Dreamcast and Saturn games on the Xbox that got remade. Sega really favoured Xbox. Ninja Gaiden 3, Razor's Edge, Onigiri, another free-to-play game. Peggle, again. Phantom Dust, this was like a remake of an original Xbox game. Pinball Arcade, Pinball FX 2 and 3. These are free-to-play pinball games, but you have to buy the individual tables. You get a few of them for free. Plants vs. Zombies, the classic. Portal 2. Power Star Golf, a free-to-play golf game. Pure Pool. Quantum Conundrum, a sort of puzzle first-person shooter. Rage 2. I wanted to like this game, but it should have had co-op, I think. Rayman 3 HD, really classic game there. Rayman Origins. Realm Royale. Red Faction 2 Armageddon. Resident Evil 3. 5 and 6. And Revelations. So I've got pretty much all the Resident Evil games, thanks to my mate. Rivals of Aether. Sacred 3 and Sacred Citadel, some fantasy games. Saints Row the Third, the original version. Sega Vintage Collection Monster World and Streets of Rage. Love Streets of Rage. Shadow Warrior. Shenmue HD 1 and 2. Haven't played them yet. Cinemora. This is free at the moment. It's like a vertical shooter. A horizontal, one or the other. Skyforge and Smite, free-to-play games. Sniper Elite version 2. Sonic All-Stars Racing Transform, really good racing kart racer. Sonic CD, classic. And Sonic Generations, really good game actually. South Park, The Stick of Truth, love this game. Space Lords, free-to-play game. Spelunky. Split Second, I've heard this is a really good racing game. Star Trek Online, haven't played it actually, ironically. Star Wars Jedi Starfighter. The Jedi Fallen Order, haven't finished this yet, but I will go back and finish it. And The Force Unleashed 2. State of Decay, Year 1 Edition. Stern Pinball Arcade. Stuntman Ignition, love this game as a kid. Super Meat Boy. Sensible World of Soccer. Tales from the Borderlands, Telltale's game. Tekken 6. Ghost Recon Advanced Warfighter 2. Titanfall 2. Tiny Troopers Joint Ops, got all of the achievements for that on PS4. Time Carnage, originally a VR game. Terra. Tekken Tag Tournament 2. Rainbow Six Vegas. Splinter Cell Conviction. Toy Soldiers Cold War. Toy Story 3. Toy Box Turbos, like Micro Machines. Virtual 5. Vigor. Verdun. This game was terrible when it first released, but they've updated it since and gave it a complete overhaul. And it's actually pretty playable now. Vanquish, a pretty fun, fast-paced third-person shooter. Trove, Going Green. Tron Evolution, I actually like the movie. The Walking Dead, Xbox 360 version. New Frontier, Into Deep, Season 2, bunch of Walking Dead games there. Warface and Warframe, both free-to-play games. Warframe is actually meant to be it's a really good game. I highly recommend it. Vermintide 1, I like the second game. A Way Out, amazing co-op game. The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, I played more of this on the Xbox PS4 side. Wolfenstein Youngblood, very disappointed in this game. It weren't bad, but I just felt like there was so much they could have done with it. Wolfenstein 2, The New Colossus. Again, I still prefer the original version, the New Blood. World of Keflings, used to play that a lot on Xbox. World of Tanks Valor, again, free-to-play game. WWE 2K18, some of these were free. XCOM, Enemy Unknown, and then the last two are Zombie and Zombie Army Trilogy. I will do the Game Pass in a separate video because I want to talk more about the Game Pass on its own. So yeah, Sorry if it's was a bit fast and I didn't really talk too much about each individual game. It's just a lot of the games on here I just haven't actually played yet. I mainly play the Xbox 360 for co-op with my mate, and we only play Overwatch, Red Dead, some Star Wars Battlefront, and then occasionally something else. So yeah, I guess that's just how it is at the moment, I guess. I will be online tonight, hopefully streaming Overwatch. Hopefully my friend should join me. Hopefully shouldn't be on too late, unlike last night. But anyway, guys, if you enjoyed today's video, feel free to leave a like. And of course, let me know in the comments below, have you got any of these Xbox games, anything in this collection you want to play with me or want to see me play, let me know. And of course, subscribe if you haven't already. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Mixer at the Mad Kiger. And I'll see you tonight, hopefully. And as always, have a nice day. I will see you in the next video. Take care and bye-bye.